Hi, my name is Daniel Belville, and in the previous video we took a look at strategy to execution at a high level and some of the use cases within our platform that we use to support that value stream. We briefly talked about some of the value stream stages that help support that value stream, and today I'd like to talk more about a specific value stream, business design. In this value stream, we have a set of use cases: strategy and business alignment, business architecture management, and enterprise architecture management. And so I'd like to drill into each one of these use cases and kind of show you what we do to support those. So if we look at strategy and business alignment, this is where we start to model out our business motivation model and start to roadmap out the strategic direction of our company. If I drill into this business motivation model, we can see here that we've created connections between the drivers within our organization. So we've provided some assessments around those. We've defined our goals within our organization and the course of action that we're going to be taking on those goals. So let's specifically look at, maybe the strategic value of our goals. I can run some analysis against the data that's been captured on these goals, and we can see some of the goals that are highlighted green. Maybe they're candidates that we'd like to take a look at today in executing on these goals within our organization. So looking at increased market share, we can see that that goals type is revenue and innovation. I can click on this goal and I can see some further detail about that goal that's been captured. Here we can take a look at, again, the goal type, which is revenue and innovation, and I could change this to a different goal type, right? I also have some key performance indicators captured on this goal. Specifically customer retention, right? Because this is a goal that's related to revenue, we're concerned about the fact that maybe we're losing some of our business to our competitors. So the customer retention is currently 70 and we'd like it to be 90, and if we can get it there, we'll see a revenue improvement of $130 million. Okay, so if we take a step back and take a look at that same use case, but now from a roadmap perspective, this is kind of a high-level roadmap out 3 years or so, where we're conveying to the organization when we plan to execute on change within our organization. If I back up, let's take a look at the next use case, business architecture management. This is where we define what our capability map looks like, and we can still make the connections to our strategic direction of our company and the goals within it. But this is also where we can start to tie in our capabilities to other elements within our organization, including value streams, right? So if I drill into this capability map here, we can see all of our capabilities, and I can start to run some analysis against these capabilities. Maybe I want to take a look at the capabilities from a maturity perspective, and anytime we see red here, these are capabilities that have a low maturity rating, right? And we'd probably like them to be higher. We can also take a look at what our target maturity is going to be, but we can also take a look at what are the related goals to these capabilities. So I can go ahead and color code those. So here we can see that payment execution, among some other capabilities, are related to the increased market share goal, right? And I can start to explore that capability to see what those connections are. So if I go ahead and explore this capability, this is where I'm going to see all of the elements that this capability is related to within my repository, but I can filter this down specifically to the motivational elements, and we can see those goal connections here, right? Reduce IT operating expenditures and increase market share for payment execution as a capability. I can also take a look at the capability from a gap closure perspective. So this is where I've identified the gaps within my capability that have caused it to have a low maturity score, and we're also seeing some of the projects and what projects we plan to execute to close some of those gaps. We can also even see from a roadmap perspective when we plan to execute those projects on that capability, right? And I can run some analysis against the projects to indicate what is going to be changed. So maybe I want to see what data is going to be impacted within my organization. Here we can see that. Maybe some of the applications that are going to be affected, right? Those are being listed out below each project. based on what will be changing within our organization. So if I back up for a minute and I go back into the business architecture management, we briefly talked about the fact that we can also tie these capabilities into specific value streams that they help realize, right? Taking a look at the last use case for business design, this is where we take the enterprise architecture side of things and kind of tie it into the process of helping address these issues within our organization, and tying some principles and standards to those. So if I drill into this principles view here, this is where I've defined my catalog of principles, and maybe we want to take a look at, what kind of objects are related to cloud first as a principle, right? We're taking a cloud first approach to rationalizing our applications. I can explore that object and I can see which applications are going to be affected, and we can see those same components here, right? The capability as well as the specific application that is going to be cloud-based. If I back up a little bit, let's take a look at some of the standards, right? So this is kind of our standards catalog, and this is where we can kind of define some compliance standards. So here's a compliance model of, these are the types of Archimate elements that we'll be using to model our enterprise, and, the relationships between those. And we can also templatize this process, right, so that it's a repeatable process over time. And this is kind of the area where we would define what our templates are, right? And we can take a look at the different templates within our enterprise architecture practice, including, a cloud modernization pattern, right? So we have the ability to kind of take that AWS modeling and design patterns around those, and implement those as templates for our EA practice. So that's kind of from the business design value stream perspective, that's kind of an overview of some of the use cases that we cover. But in the next video, we're going to be talking about portfolio management and eventually the execution value streams. So I hope this video helped you in understanding what are some of the use cases that we support when it comes to business design, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.